Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on some incredible hidden technology, the stuff that keeps us safe in the tallest buildings we live and work in. We're talking about the unseen guardians of fire protection. Let's dive in.
So, let me ask you a question. A fire breaks out way up on the 50th floor of a skyscraper. You need water to fight it, right? And you need it with a ton of force, like right now. But how in the world do you actually get it up there?
You see, the water mains under our streets, they just don't have that kind of power. They can push water up a few floors, sure, but after that, gravity takes over. This is a simple physics problem. So, to get the job done, buildings need a hero, and that hero is usually hidden away down in the basement, the fire pump.
And we're not just talking about some random piece of equipment here. This machine, it's literally the heart of the building's entire fire safety system. Without it, all those sprinklers and hoses are basically just decoration.
So what is it, officially? Well, a fire pump is a specialized machine that grabs water from a source and boosts its pressure like crazy. The whole point is to make sure that the instant a sprinkler goes off, whether it's on the first floor or the 60th, water blasts out with enough force to actually fight a fire.
I really love this quote because it's just the perfect way to think about it. You know, like a human heart pumps blood through your body to keep you alive, the fire pump pushes life-saving water through the building's pipes. It's the one thing that makes everything else work when it counts.
Okay, so you might be thinking, is it just one kind of pump? And the answer is nope. Not all buildings are the same, and they don't all get their water from the same place. So, naturally, there are a few different types of fire pumps, each one built for a very specific job.
Now, this table might look a little technical, but it actually boils down to one really simple question. Where is the water coming from? Is the water source above the pump, or is it below the pump? That one question determines everything. Let's break it down.
So for most places, the water source is above ground. You're talking about a city water main or maybe a giant tank in the basement or on the roof. In those cases, you're going to use one of the horizontal pumps. The split case is kind of the heavy-duty workhorse, built for huge water flow. The end suction is its more compact cousin. But both are designed to be super reliable and easy to get to for maintenance.
But what if your water is underground? Maybe the building uses a private well, or pulls from a lake or a buried tank. Well, that's where the specialist comes in, the vertical turbine pump. It basically acts like a massive, powerful straw, sucking water straight up from deep underground. And what's really clever is that its vertical design saves a ton of floor space, which is always a bonus.
So these pumps are powerful, but that's only half the story. The other half? They have to be insanely reliable. I mean, think about it. This machine might sit there doing nothing for years, but the second it's needed, it has to roar to life and work perfectly. So how can anyone be sure that it will?
Right, you can't just cross your fingers and hope for the best. You have to know it will work. And that's why every single fire pump goes through this brutal gauntlet of tests and inspections before it's allowed to leave the factory. It's like a trial by fire, just to make sure it's ready for a real one.
And this isn't some casual checklist. This is a non-negotiable journey. It all starts with the design, which has to meet strict international quality standards. Then, during manufacturing, everything is about precision. After that, each pump is hooked up to an automated test system to prove it can perform. And only after passing all that can it earn the final, crucial seal of approval.
And here's the most important part. These aren't just the company's own internal standards. We're talking about getting certified by the toughest third-party organizations in the world. When you see a UL or FM logo, that's a stamp of approval from independent safety scientists. And meeting the NFPA 20 standard means it follows the absolute gold standard for fire safety engineering. It's proof that this thing is ready for anything.
But the innovation doesn't just stop with the pump itself. The industry is always looking for ways to make things faster, easier, and even more foolproof. And that's led to a truly brilliant all-in-one solution.
So check this out. Instead of trying to assemble all the different pipes and valves and controllers and the pump itself on a chaotic, messy construction site, you can get the entire system built ahead of time in a controlled factory environment. It shows up on a truck as one complete unit, a self-contained pump house, all ready to be hooked up. It's a total game changer.
And you want to talk about efficiency? Get this. A complete, pre-built, pre-tested fire pump system can be installed and connected on site in as little as 6 hours. 6! That's it! That's all it takes to install the life-saving heart of an entire building. That's just amazing.
So here's something to think about. The next time you're walking through a building and you glance up and see a fire sprinkler, you'll know the real story. You'll know that behind that little device, there's a powerful, precision-engineered heart waiting silently in the basement, tested and ready to protect you. It's the unseen guardian, ready to go at a moment's notice. Thanks for watching.